Hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to do a really quick recording because it's Valentine's Day, and something that popped in my head while I was getting ready this morning is that not everybody likes to celebrate in the traditional way for Valentine's Day or date traditionally. So I had some tips on how you can date untraditionally. Yeah, because I have a husband that does not like to date. So let's get into conversation, shall we? So I actually just did the math and figured out that me and my husband have been together for 14 years. We met 2 days after Valentine's Day, 14 years ago. Wow, time flies. Over that course of time, I have learned that my husband does not like to date. Not the way I like to date. So we have had to find compromises and figure out how we can both be happy. Because who wants to force your other half to go on a date that they really don't want to go to hear them sulk and complain, or not really have a good time and just put on a fake smile for you? I know my husband's fake smile. It's not worth it. So we have found ways to date untraditionally, or however you want to say the word, and it really isn't that bad. It's not like I'm losing dating. We just date differently. So for instance, my husband does not like large crowds. He does not like walking around peers and all the cliched dating things that you always see in movies, ironically. So we do a lot of dating at home. So for instance, one big thing we like to do is movie nights. Big shocker for anyone that knows me, we always are watching movies, but those become our dates. Either pick a comedy or action movie, of course, with him. And we have a good time. We shut down all technology other than the TV. We'll pick a movie, we'll pop some popcorn, and we'll snuggle up on the couch and watch a movie. Another thing we like to do is music. We actually do this weekly. We listen to music all night, over dinner even. So we'll bring the dinner into the living room because that's where our sound system is. We'll sit down on the floor. We'll eat dinner with our son and watch him dance around and be a goofball now that it's a family tradition. But yeah, we listen to music probably once a week. And it's never the same day of the week. It's just based off of feeling and emotion. That sometimes we're just like, let's listen to music. Or here's a song I was thinking about today. Or I really wanted to hear this song today. And it just trickles into an all-night affair. So yeah, we listen to music. One thing also, my husband likes to be outdoors. So he's outdoors probably all year round. He grew up in the north, so he's not afraid of snow or cold weather. So he likes to grill. So if there's a night that he feels obligated to grill, that becomes our date night because he's making dinner instead and I'm making the side dish. So we'll make dinner together, and we'll sit down, and either of those nights, movie or music, we'll sit down and eat together. So those usually are our date nights. And it's great because you have to hire a babysitter. Something else that we like to do is we like working on projects together. So if it's for the home, oh sorry, my hair, I'm trying to keep the shape. It's still setting for the day. We will do projects together. So we'll walk around Lowe's or Home Depot or any of the other hardware places and get all the materials we need, and we work on a project together. We don't do those as often because with our son, one of us has to watch him. So it hasn't been an often affair, but we do try to do those often, or as often as we can. So that way he's not doing it by himself or vice versa. Another thing we like to do is we'll try to find like a quiet project or home crafts to do. So like Mad Libs or something we used to do before cable, which are hilarious nights because of course they get inappropriate, but they're so funny. Puzzles are something I like to do. He more or less is a trooper with helping me with them. It's not his favorite thing to do, but he will help me. And something else we like to do is people watch. I know it sounds so weird, but we'll go to a place and not necessarily to buy anything, but we'll walk around and people watch and come up with like fake stories that go along with what they're there for. And it actually, we didn't realize we made this a yearly tradition on our anniversary. So our anniversary before we had our son, for instance. Actually, that was a very good day. Let me back up a little bit. I always try to find something outdoorsy for him, and then we end up doing the dinner for me. Since it's not his favorite, I start with what he wants to do, and then what I want to do. Excuse me. So that anniversary, we went with our my job at the time. They were going to a baseball game. I think it was Nationals, and we left and we went to National Harbor for our dinner, and we actually stayed the night in the Gaylord Hotel. Had a nice steak dinner, but the best part of the night was going to a little club that was in the top of the hotel, and people watched. We had the best time ever. Not to make fun of people. It was, we always like to have those little, he's a very funny person, and we just like to, it's just a fun time. It's hard to explain, but you just basically come up with little stories about people, or you try to ad-lib what they're saying. So it becomes really fun. A lot of good laughs. Oh, we haven't done that in a while, but those are good, fun times. But for instance, for tonight's Valentine's, our church actually hosts Valentine's Day dinner, and they'll have babysitters on site. We did not RSVP in time, so we are not going to that. But actually, because this is the first year he's not in pain from his back, we decided to have Valentine's Day home. I like to cook, so I'm going to be making a very romantic dinner, and I'm going to set the time for it to be after Dylan goes to bed so we can have some alone time. But I'm actually going to up it. I'm going to make it a little bit more over the top, and we're going to dress up fancy. He does not know this yet, but I will tell him over lunch. Because, yeah, I just thought that would be a nice, fun way to have a romantic Valentine's Day without spending a whole lot of money. So we're going to do that. So that's going to be super fun. So I'm going to roast a chicken and roast some vegetables. I'm going to make some homemade bread. And I'm also, I'm going to consider, I'm not sure yet, I'm going to consider making us a dessert. But I may not. I don't know. We'll see how much time and energy I have after roasting the chicken and roasting vegetables. We'll see. But those are some of the things that I have done over the years. You just have to know your spouse, your significant other, on things that you want to do, and recognize and understand that what you enjoy may not be what they enjoy. And if they do what you want to do, I know there's a lot of do's in one sentence, appreciate that, because that's rare. Not everybody is going to enjoy what you're into, and if they are doing it out of love for you, to make you happy, just be very appreciative that you have that. So yeah, that is pretty much summing up my video for today. I hope you enjoyed. I will be back very, very soon. Sorry for the MIA. I haven't been posting near as much this month because I've been trying to refocus, and things got a little bit out of control for me in January. So I am still trying to get my focus back. I will be returning soon with some hair videos. Today is this is like day 3, I think, or 4 wash day. I just did a quick co-wash, and this is the result. It's not my favorite. It's shrunk quite a bit, but it's super soft and super healthy and moisturized, so can't complain, right? So yeah, I am going to head off because I'm going to go to lunch with my hubby. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.